Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. It is me, your girl, Goddess of Love and Truth Reacts, coming to you with another video reaction upload. If you are new to the channel, welcome. If you are a returning subscriber or viewer, welcome back. All of you guys' support is greatly and truly appreciated. If you have not subscribed to the channel as of yet, what are you waiting for? It is free, and it costs you absolutely nothing to subscribe. So click that subscribe button, click that bell notification for all so that you never miss an upload. Don't forget to like the video as well. Liking the video and subscribing to the channel also helps me and my channel grow by getting in and remaining in the YouTube algorithm. So all of you guys' support is greatly and truly appreciated. Don't forget to leave your comments down below and share the video as well. Thank you guys so much for your support. All right, y'all, we about to do a series of skits in one video. Yes, a series of skits, because I'm behind y'all and I'm trying to get caught up. Okay, so bear with me on this video. It's gonna be a long one. Okay, I'm gonna try to make it short and try not to get into no story time. But I don't know, because I haven't watched the skits and y'all gonna get a raw reaction. So y'all know how I do, chat. My mind get the going and I get the talking, honey. But anyway. The first skit that we're finna react to is when Anthony goes to tell Shayla how he feels about Amber. Now, I just watched that one there, Haunted Child. Let me find out. Did somebody upload that wrong? The next title says, when Shayla asks Anthony, does he regret Kai? Then we're going to do, trying to scroll through and see what else. I think I seen something with him and Amber. Okay, then we're gonna also do, oh, he got on the same shirt, so he doing all this in the same day. Then the third one we're gonna react to is when Anthony tells Amber he loves her. And I think I seen another one in my what's his name voice. Okay, there's one with Anthony, Natasha, and Ro, but I'm gonna do that on a separate video, not on this one. So after the one where Anthony tells Amber he loves her, we're going to also do on this one when Anthony asks Amber out on a date. I know you effing lying. Oops, sorry, y'all. I know you effing lying. And then when Anthony and Shayla shares some confusing energy. And then when Shayla asked Anthony, did that moment mean anything to him? All right, so we're going to react to those on this one. Then I'll give y'all a separate reaction for the Anthony apologized to Natasha. All right, so let's get into this one here. This first one that I just watched. When Anthony goes to tell Shayla how he really feels about Amber. Let's get into the video. Next on the docket. So we got Atlanta coming in. I like that shirt. I love that color green. That is cute. And they go real good with that white. Okay. All right, Anthony. I see you. I like it. I like that. I don't like you, but I like that shirt. I like that color. They go cute together. So we got Atlanta coming into Shay house. And then her and Kai sitting on the couch. Kai sitting there. And then when Anthony come in, he's talking about, hey, daddy, baby, as usual or whatever. Oh, let me find out they both got on white pants. Okay. Let me find, is they trying to match? So they got on white pants. So Anthony came over there, greeted them, and then he said, have he ate like that? And Shay was like, yeah, he just ate. That's his second bottle for today. And then Anthony gonna talk about some Let me get something else for him. Did you put some oatmeal or something in there? Let me find out, Ninja. You ain't been over here doing nothing or whatever. You coming here talking about what he ate and if he had some oatmeal. Well, you get your butt over here and make him some oatmeal. Anthony, girl, when I tell y'all they got some dumb storylines, this storyline, they could have kept this one because it really wasn't nothing happening in it. But I'm going to give it to y'all anyway. I'm like, I know you effing lying. I know you effing lying. So, yeah, this one's going to be a short one. So he go over there to the cabinet looking around. He don't know where nothing is because he don't be there. You know what I'm saying? He don't care. That boy don't care. So he looking around, I guess, for the oatmeal that he never did find and never did fix Kyle bottle. And she literally had just said he just had a bottle, so he don't need no oatmeal. He old now. He can be eating some mashed potatoes and stuff. Don't give him that nasty oatmeal. So anyway, then while Aunt looking in the cabinet, he looked down and he see this picture on the thing. Has that picture not always been there, y'all? I don't know, because I don't be paying attention that much. But he see the picture when Shayla was pregnant and him, but Shayla, you know, of course, they ain't got one together because he couldn't take no pictures with her then because they wasn't outed back then. But Shayla made sure to put a picture of him next to her or whatever. So he looking at it or whatever. I guess he feels some type of way or whatnot. So then he come back over there. Shayla looking all sad and stuff. She looking like the sad Pam puppet now, honey. Baby, the 2 Pam puppets, honey. Child, look at Kai. You're so cute. Hey, snooker wooger. He is too cute. I am really just falling in love with this baby. He has beginning to start talk. He's standing up on his own. He just be doing something. He is such a cutie patootie. But anyway, Anthony was like, Shayla, I want to talk to you about something. I want to tell you something. She was like, okay, what is it? This ninja, I thought he was finna tell her that he want to be back with his wife. And I'm like, okay, come on, Anthony, do the damn thing. I wasn't giving him no credit or nothing because I wasn't sure what he gonna do. But just going by the title, I think somebody messed up the title. Because that ninja dang show didn't do what the title said, honey. But we know Anthony, he lame. He probably, that's what he was supposed to been doing. And then when he looked at her, when she was like, what? She was like, what is it? Like that. He just looking at her. And then he gonna talk about, I just want to tell you. Did he say thank you before he said that? He said something before he said, you're pure. You're just a very pure person. I look. Yeah, if y'all could have seen my facial expression, I said, what? WTF? What the flab nog? I know he didn't just say she a pure person. No, she is demonic. Like, are you serious? Like, Anthony, the last time you was over there, you was scared of her. And you come over here to tell her how you feel about Amber, but you turn around and lie to this girl and tell her she's pure because she looking like this. And you don't want to hurt her feelings? See, that's your problem. Child, I cannot. If you want to be with Shayla, be with Shayla. Leave Amber alone. We want you to leave Amber alone, period. It's no, I don't care if she do love you and want her husband back or whatever. Baby, I hope she don't ever take you back. Because you full of, baby, you full of poop, okay? Like, in the worst way, you full of poop. Like, I cannot with him. This ninja said, you pure. Is that what that ain't what you wanted to tell her, ninja? Now, why you tell this girl that now she finna start all over. She gonna be nice again, thinking y'all lovey-dovey, and then see, she gonna hurt you. She gonna literally, baby, if they don't give us the scene where they in a cabin somewhere and she got this ninja locked up and she breaking his ankles and knees and stuff, like on Misery, I'm gonna be done. Not for real, but I'm gonna be done. Cause I'm sick of him. He just playing mind games with everybody. Like, are you dumb? We already know he is, but child, let me find out. I ain't gonna tell y'all. Well, I was just gonna say, I ain't gonna tell y'all to tell me what y'all think right now. I'm gonna say that to the end, but y'all, because like I said, we finna go over a few. But keep in mind all of this stuff that we finna react to. So at the end, when I tell y'all, tell me what y'all think about all these, because I may not remember, okay, by the time we get down there. You know, I told y'all I be forgetting stuff. It could be, nah, I would try not to. But all right, y'all, let's get into the next video. Next on the docket. Child, this next docket, huh? Said, child, let me find out. Let us find out. Shayla got Kai to fall asleep. That's why he was fussy a while ago on the last one. And her and Atlanta sitting there talking, and he talking about the baby being asleep or whatever. And then Shayla was like, Anthony, she said, what happened? He was like, what you mean? He said, what do you mean, what happened? Well, not right there. And he was like, what you mean, what happened? And she was like, you're different. She's like, I'm not crazy. I feel it. She said, you're pulling away. You're different. She said, before Kai, everything was different. Like we was, I don't know what her exact words was. She said we were having fun, we was doing stuff, we was connecting, and she said then after Kai, like she said, you're being different, but he wasn't being different after Kai. He just started being different recently, so she need to quit playing games. And then she said, do you regret Kai? And then that's when he looked like that. He said, what do you mean? Do I regret Kai? Like how can you even ask me something like that? And she was like, I'm just saying, before you was different, and then after Kai, you don't act the same. She was like, and you think I don't notice? She said you always rushing off, and that's why she said that, because he said that he had to go. He got some messages and emails and stuff like that, and business that he got to take care of or whatever. I don't never see him taking care of no business though. Not ever. All I see is him going and being with Ro and going and be with PR and running they nerves down with all his business or whatever, child. Or whoever listening, Chase or whatever. He finally told Dalen, but Dalen checks him, so he ain't gonna probably tell Dalen nothing else. He probably only called Dalen that day because nobody else would accept his calls. And Ro told him she done listening with him, y'all. So, child. So he was like, why would you say that? He was like, what you mean, do I regret Kai? Everything I do is for Kai. He didn't say for you and Kai. He said, everything I do is for Kai. That's why I work. That's why I do this. Everything is for him. Like that. And then Shayla was like, you're just different. You're different like that. And then she was like, when he said, I gotta go, Shayla. He was like, I gotta go. So she stood up and she said, can you give your baby a kiss goodbye? Because, she was saying that he hadn't even been there long enough to spend time with him, and he already finna leave. And then he was like, yeah, he can give her a kiss. But instead of him giving Kai a kiss, Shayla went in for the kiss, and he obliged. I said, I know you effing lying. See, Anthony ain't gonna do right. He's such a lame. This nigga don't know what he want. Like, quit playing with folks. Like, oh my God. We're so sick of him. We are so sick of him and Shayla. Like, they get on my nerve. They so dysfunctional. Like, oh my goodness, this is a dysfunctional storyline. Then after he kissed her, he regretting it. Look how he looking. Well, didn't nobody tell you to fall for it and kiss. She wanted him to stay, and she wanted to toot that thing up. Toot that thing up. I don't even know how that song go. Pop, lock, and drop it. Is it pop? How it go? Is that two different songs? Child, anyway, if it is, oh well. She want to toot that thing up and pop, lock, and drop it. On that pound puppy. Baby, Anthony, don't be looking like that now. You didn't have to kiss her, but you did, baby. You keep leading her on. Like, instead of you being honest, you keep leading her on. Talking about you wanted to tell her she was pure. That's not what you wanted to tell her. You know that wench ain't pure. Like, OMG. And then you just gave her another kiss. Like, Anthony, quit playing. Like, baby, you get everything she gonna give you. And I'm gonna be here for it, okay? Here forward. Get him, Shayla. Get him. Now, what was the significance of showing this? Is this his phone? I didn't never see him sitting over there on that side. I only seen Shayla, but Shayla was also sitting on the other side. Oh, did Anthony? I think he was sitting over there at one point. Let me see, because I still got the other screenshots. Oh, yeah, he was sitting over there. Oh, no. That's, wait, hold on. Let's see. Let's go back, because when she was sitting, okay. I don't have no screenshots of that. But I don't know. I can't remember if he was sitting over there on that side or not. But they showed that phone. Y'all know when they show stuff at the end, it has some type of significance. So, I don't know. But they showed that phone. So, I'm like, I wonder what that is. Oh, and before I forget, let me show y'all this. Sorry, y'all probably getting dizzy. Like, girl, you going through them screens fast. Y'all, I seen this on Instagram. I was like, let me share this with the Country Wayne people. Because when I seen that, I didn't know who these folks was. I was trying to figure out what was going on. Then I was like, oh. So lit. It say, it say if the smoke is pink, it's a girl. If it's blue, it's a boy. So I guess it's supposed to be a gender reveal. But that thing didn't come out pink or blue. It came out black. And I was like, what in the world? So I don't know these folks. But who y'all see right there? I said, wait a minute. I went back. I said, is that Country Wayne? Y'all, look at Country Wayne. Look at her. Somebody come look at him. Look how he looking like, why is the smoke black? Y'all, if y'all know where this came from or what this was for, let me know. Did somebody put Country Wayne in this picture and he wasn't supposed to be here, or was he really there and he know these people? I was like, let me find out the smoke came out black. And as I was looking at that, then I seen Country Wayne on the side. All right, y'all. We about to get into the next video, which is, and I mean the next skit. I'm talking about the next video. The next skit, which is when Anthony tells Amber he loves her. So let's get into the video. Next on the docket. Yeah, y'all getting that throughout the scenes because I'm going to add all these videos together. So Amber calling Anthony, telling him that the AC at the bar needs fixing. Like that. She said, and he was like, okay. He was like, I can get somebody on. And she was like, we keep calling people and they keep coming. We keep getting it fixed or whatever. She said, at this point, it needs to be replaced. She was like, we need to replace this. We can't keep fixing it. We spending more money on fixing it or whatever. And I'm like, yeah, kind of like the relationship that he trying to fix. Like, he need to be replaced. Like, baby, he ain't got to be replaced immediately, but he need to be kicked to the curb and then he replaced later after she get her divorce and after she finished going through her healing. And she telling him, like, we just cannot keep replacing this. And then she said, you don't be at the bar, you don't be helping. She told him the refrigerator needs to be fixed as well. Anthony got all this money. He taking Shayla on vacations and giving her $10,000 so she can go look the same. Like, why is he's not replacing? I don't think it costs $10,000 to get an AC replaced, like get a new AC or refrigerator. You can get a new refrigerator and a goddamn AC unit for less than $10,000. Like, OMG. Are you dumb? And he was like, okay, Amber. He was like, okay, I'm gonna get it taken care of. Like, he don't even be caring, like, and everything she's saying going in one ear and out the other ear, because this ninja just gonna say, Amber, I love you. Like, just in the middle of the conversation, he just shutting her up. He don't care about that. He really don't care, because if he cared about this stuff, he would have already been taken care of it. She wouldn't have to be doing everything on her own or whatever. Just like with the license, remember they almost lost the bar. He don't care. All he care about is himself. He's self-centered, and he always talking about handling business. I just said on the last part that I was reacting to that I don't ever see him handling no business. This some business you should have been on top of. I think you talking about I love you, and she was like, what? What did you just say? She was like, what is wrong with you? I know, like, nigga, I'm sorry, like, ninja, what the hell is wrong with you? Like, why you keep playing games? Ain't nobody got time for all that. She trying to tell you about the club and you talking about you love her. She was like, Anthony, she was like, we're not talking about that. You need to stop. She was like, I just love you. He was like, I'm in love with you. Boy, whatever. Amber like, what? See, he breaking her peace. He breaking her peace, and we don't need that. Poor Amber. Amber like just tired, and she going in on him for telling her that he love her and in love with her. She like, what is your problem? Like, child, she like, you can't keep playing games like this, but that's what he do. And then now she just like, she's over it. She off the phone. She done tossed the phone, and she like, hey, she's sick of him. And he ain't gonna stop, child. At first, I was like, yeah, fight for your woman, get your woman back. No, leave her the fuck, excuse me. Golly, I'm sorry, y'all. He getting on my nerve. I'm sorry for the language. Excuse me. I'm trying. It's the skits. They make me do it. Oh my goodness. Like, Anthony, leave this girl alone. Like, she is sick of you. She like, I'm sick of this. I'm sick of this. And my Bernie Mac voice, like, leave me alone. Like, child, Atlanta don't know what he want. He don't know what he wants. Same green shirt while he over there kissing on Shayla, but you in love with Amber. Child, you... The confusion of it all. The confusion of it all, honey. Atlanta. Like, what are you doing with yourself? Like, are you dumb? Are you dumb? We already know he is. Like, he don't know if he coming or going, child. Him and Shayla, they deserve each other because they both crazy. They both crazy. Leave Amber alone. Stick with Shayla and your son that ain't yours. And just live your life. Let this girl go. Sign them damn divorce papers. Let this woman have her divorce. Give her what she wants in the divorce. Because if you love her like how you say you do and you in love with her, don't fight her on this divorce. Give her what you want. Like you said, you ain't worried about the money. You can make that money back in your sleep, honey. And like how you told Wayne, you about that life. So do what you do, baby. Make her do what I'm gonna make her do what I do, baby. In my Jamie Foxx voice, do what it do. Sign a divorce paper and let Amber get her money and keep her house, okay? And you and Shayla go do what y'all want to do and live happily ever after. Go on and marry Shayla, honey, even though you claim you don't want to, but you don't want to let her go after you done seen her craziness. PR done seen her craziness, then you come over and tell this girl she pure. Pure? Baby, I was floored, okay? All right, y'all, we about to get into the next video. Oh, let me put up another avatar. And this next one is when Anthony asked Amber out on a date. Sure, I know you effing lying. I know you effing lying. And then we're going to do when Anthony and Shayla share some confusing energy. And when Shayla asked Anthony, did that moment mean anything to him? I think, is it say to him? I can't see the full title. If not, I'll correct it once I watch that video. All right, y'all, let's get into the video. Next on the docket. So Pam Puppy, Atlanta, he come in unannounced once again. And Amber, she's laying there so peaceful and beautiful in her white, looking as beautiful as she is, getting her some fake rest, fake sleeping looking at Baby, when did they get that thing, that alarm thing that say front door? Because I don't think I've ever heard that before. And as many times that he done came in there and snuck up on her when she was woke, and we never heard that. So she got one now. Now, how she didn't hear that? I know she's asleep, but I'm not that sound of a sleeper. I mean, I sleep, but child, if that thing, if an alarm or something go off or whatever, and I hear it, I'm gonna hear that in my sleep. Just like with that, when that ninja tried to break into my house. Well, I'm gonna say this dude tried to break into my house one day. I could hear him when he was trying to slide my screen door, and I stopped him. I caught him before he could get in here. Baby, he about to lose his life on that night, okay? Because I ain't the one, nor the two, nor the three, nor the four, baby. He learned that night that I was not scared, and it's going to be you. It ain't going to be me. If you come in here trying to do something to me, baby, you about to lose your life, okay? And I couldn't pow him because he hadn't got all the way in here, and because I stopped him, you know what I'm saying? I caught him in the act or whatever, and he took off running or whatever. But I did still call the police and filed a police report, and I knew exactly who it was. It was one of my neighbors, and I told them where they stayed, baby. They got him or whatever. He was like, it wasn't me. Yes, it was. Like, Ninja, I looked you dead in your eye, and you looked me dead in my eye, and you got scared and you took off running. But I had to still make a police report and let them know as well, and so he can know that they gave him trespassing or whatever. I told them they didn't have to arrest him or whatever, because one, he didn't get in, and two, he young. I mean, he ain't no kid or whatever. But and this happened like a couple of years ago. This was, well, it was more. I think it was like 3 years. I think this happened about 3 years ago. But he was fresh out of high school or whatever. And I didn't feel bad for him. I felt bad for his dad, because I think something wrong with the boy. You know what I'm saying? That's no excuse or whatever, but I think something is wrong with him. He used to play knock on my door. He would knock on my door and run and everything. Like, this dude, you grown. You are not in high school no more. I think he had graduated from high school either early that year or the previous year. I know he wasn't too far out of high school, so that's why I told him, I was like, y'all ain't got to arrest him tonight, even though they said I don't think they said that they could arrest him because he didn't actually physically break in. And it was like my word against his. That was before I got my cameras. Well, I had my cameras then. I just hadn't put them up. I had got my cameras because he was playing on the door. And when I checked him about it, he said it wasn't him, but I knew it was him because I saw him. So before I go over there and tell his dad that he over here playing on my door, I wanted to get it on camera or whatever, so I can show his dad that he playing on my door. But before I can do all of that, this ninja tried to break in, and I felt like he wanted to SA me because, for one, he tried to break in my back bedroom door. I have a sliding patio door for my bedroom door, and it has a screen. So the screen, he was trying to pull the screen, and the foundation is not so good over here. So at that point, the foundation was shifting, so it's kind of hard. Well, it was hard to like open the door, the screen and the sliding door at that point, and he was struggling trying to open it, and that's how I ended up hearing him. And when I tell you, I came and I scared the F out of him. He thought I was gonna be scared, but he ended up getting scared and he took off running, baby. I did. I called the popos and I was like, yeah. And I was like, and they didn't, he came outside when he saw them getting ready to knock at the door. He hurried up and came outside because he didn't want them to knock on the door because they knew he was gonna wake his dad up. It was like 1 something in the morning. It was middle of the night. And I felt like he didn't want his dad to know. And that's what I told him too. I was like, I want y'all to tell his dad too that he tried to break in or whatever, because he not going to tell his dad. They were like, well, he's an adult. I was like, yeah, but this boy just graduated from high school or whatever. So they gave him, he got like 3 tickets or whatever. And they told him that even though he didn't break in, that's trespassing, and he technically could go to jail. But I said that I wasn't going to put him in jail, but he is going to get those trespassing tickets. But they let him know, if he come on my property ever again, whether he trying to break in or not, I have every right to pow him, even if he haven't made it in. Because, you know, legally, you can't pow nobody unless they actually broke into your home. Like, if they outside of the home and trying to break in, you can't pow them because they literally haven't actually entered yet or whatever. Which I know that. I ain't crazy. I know about the laws or whatever, right? So that's why I did what I did, and I had to make a trail and let them know, okay, so y'all got this on record. So if he stepped foot over here, I'm within my rights to pow him. And when I tell y'all, the very next morning, baby, we was putting them cameras up. Now, ever since then, my camera's been up around my house or whatever. And his dad, the next day, matter of fact, when we was putting up the cameras, his dad was getting ready to leave. He was leaving to go somewhere, and I stopped him or whatever. It was me and one of my other neighbors that stay across the street, because I had told them too, they be watching the house and everything. So, and like, cause I'll be out of the country a lot. So they always, will watch my house when I'm gone or whatever, or pick up like my packages or whatever. But anyway, so my neighbor kept saying, he was like, I'll give you a pow if you want to get. I was like, I don't need you to let me use one of your pows. I already have one. I just couldn't do it. He was like, I'll kill him. I'll do it for you. I'll do it. I was like, calm down. I almost said my neighbor's name, and he an older man. My neighbor is an older man, and he's an old vet. And he a white man too. He's an older man. And the neighbor who attempted to break in, he a white boy too, right? So my neighbor, he was pissed off about it. He pissed off, and that's why he up here. We put my cameras up or whatever. So when the man came outside or whatever, the dude that tried to break in, he already knew we was out there. He saw us putting up the cameras. So I guess he called himself letting us know. So he came outside to go take his trash out or whatever. Baby, we don't care. I don't care. You should already know. I'm not afraid of you. If anything, I'm afraid that I'm going to have to take you out. That's why I called the police first, so they can have it on record. And that's why I want your father to know, because if you ever step foot over here, because I know how I feel. I have a child, even though my son ain't never did no crap like that. My son never gave me no problem. I had problems out of my sister. Like I told y'all, I raised my sister as well. So that was my problem child. My son wasn't like that or whatever. And then and the boy, another thing he was doing, one time when he knocked on the door and ran, and I was watching him, he went and stood in his doorway and he dropped his pants down and was whacking his stuff. He knew I was looking. He couldn't see me looking, but I'm sure he knew that I was looking or whatever. And I told the police that as well. And they were like, that stuff young boys do or whatever. I was like, I have a son. My son ain't never did no stuff. I'm not saying he don't do that in private, but he ain't finna be knocking on nobody's door or standing in the doorway where people can see you whacking off your stuff. Like, Who does that? Nobody but a crazy person. And I already knew something was wrong with the boy because he don't never talk. He don't never say nothing or whatever. And I used to speak to him and his dad all the time. His mom passed away because I'm going to tell y'all, when I first moved over here, I did my research. When I tell y'all, I know everything about my neighbors around. I'm telling y'all, I did my research. I was Googling and learning about people or whatever. So I knew that his mom had passed. And that was another reason because his dad is so sweet. But his son, and matter of fact, this how it all started. I don't know if I told y'all before about how that snake came up in my house. Well, when the snake came in my house, his dad was the one that came and got the snake out of my house. Normally, my neighbor who put the cameras up that stay across the street, he would have came and do it. But he hunts and stuff like that. So he be gone like early in the morning doing stuff. And this was like early. It was like 6 something in the morning when I got up to use the restroom. And I saw that snake in my house and I lost it, y'all. I almost had a whole heart attack. And my neighbor across the street, he wasn't there. He was already gone. And I was like, freak. So I went over there and the people that's on the other side of me, I didn't want to go knock on their door because I think they was a drug house or something. I think they was because the police came over there, baby. They hadn't even been staying there long too. So I didn't know them. I knew nothing about them, but I knew they had a lot of traffic or whatever. And the police got them up out of here. They didn't even last over here 4 months. But anywho, so back to the neighbor. So he came and he got the snake out my house or whatever. That's the first time he ever have come in my house or whatever. But I always speak to him. He speak or whatever. His son just be looking or whatever. He don't never say nothing. I spoke to his son a couple of times, but he don't say nothing. So after the man got the snake out of my house or whatever, I wanted to do a good gesture or whatever. So I ordered him some Tiff treats for him and his son, you know what I'm saying? Some Tiff treat cookies or whatever. And when they came to deliver it, they wasn't at home. So I ended up just going over there and get it. And then the next day I took him over there. The daddy was already gone, but the son was he was at home or whatever. So I took him over there and I gave it to the son and I told him, tell your dad, thank him that I said, thank you for getting the snake out of my house like that. And he was like, okay. And that's when it started. Ever since I took those cookies over there and told that boy to tell his dad thank you, ever since that day, that's when the boy started knocking on my door and running. Before then, he never did nothing like that, but he was always, suspect. He was always, just looking crazy. He still be looking like that to this day. They still stay over there. Yes, they do. Okay. But I haven't had no problems out of him no more because, okay, so back to the day. Where the day after he tried to break in because it was the middle of the night when we was putting the cameras up or whatever. So his dad come outside and his dad was finna leave. And I was like, excuse me. I was like, I need to talk to you. And so my neighbor from across the street that was helping me he was not helping me put the cameras up. He was doing it because, baby, who wasn't finna get on the roofs and stuff like that? Because when I tell y'all, I got cameras everywhere. Every inch around this house, from the backyards to the sides of the house to the fronts of the house. I got like 3 porch cameras where they got all angles cameras in the windows. When I tell y'all, cameras is everywhere. And they all got audio, so they record everything. They got night vision, so if ain't no lights on, we still get to see you everything. But anywho, so his dad came outside and I was like, excuse me. I was like, I need to talk to you about your son and him trying to break into my house last night. And his dad was like, what? I knew that was going to break his daddy's heart because his daddy he's such a sweet person. Like, his daddy is really, really cool. Like, he cool. So, and I was like, dang, I didn't want to have to break that to him. But I was like, and I told him, I said, listen, I was going to put these cameras up a long time ago. I said, and I was hoping it didn't get to the point where it got to last night. I said, because I didn't want to just come over here and tell you first that your son been playing on my door and running or whatever. I said, because it was going to be my word against his, because when I saw him do it the first time when he did it, I didn't know it was him. But when I came out there, he was the only person outside and I didn't see nobody go across the front. Now my office is right there in the front, so if somebody would have came across my front yard, I would have seen them. But if somebody would have went to the other side, I wouldn't have seen them, which is where his house is, because I can only see so far out my front window because of how my house is made, right? But if I go into my living room, I can see on the other side, because the window in there, you can see everything else on the other side. Plus they house, I can look right into their door, right? So that's what I started doing. I started making sure I was paying attention. I would come out and I would look at that room. Look out that window and everything. So he told me, now I said, did you just knock on my door? Because I'm thinking he needed something. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't thinking that he was just, playing on the door. And he was like, no, I didn't knock on your door. I said, well, did you see somebody just knock on my door? He was like, no. And I was like, okay. So I let him make it. So he kept doing it, y'all. He kept, not that same day, but he did it like different days or whatever. So that's why I said I started paying attention. So at this point, I'm paying attention. I'm not even going to the door and answering the door no more. I'm paying attention now, and I saw him. And that's how I seen him standing in the doorway whacking his stuff, because he didn't think that, I guess maybe he didn't know if I was here or not or what, because I didn't answer the door, nor did I go outside to let him know that somebody was here. I just was looking, and I was watching him out the window just to see it, make sure that I'm not tripping and that it was him. And so it was him. So anyway, back to his dad. So I told his dad about all of the stuff that he been doing. I even told him about him standing in the doorway whacking his stuff or whatever, right? And he was like, what? He was like, my son? I said, yes, your son, like that. I said, the police came last night. I said, they gave him 3 tickets. I said, he didn't tell you? He was like, no. And the son, he was out there too, y'all. I forgot to tell y'all that part. When his dad came outside, he came shortly behind, because he knew we was out there. And I don't know if he knew if I was going to say something or not, or if he thought I was scared. I guess he thought I was going to be intimidated because he came outside. Boy, I'm not scared of you. I'm really letting your daddy know, because your daddy needs to know that if you come over here again, he ain't gonna have no son. Just like he had to bury his mama, he gonna have to bury his son. And I don't want nobody to have to go through that. You know what I'm saying? I'm a parent as well. But baby, I don't care. I know your child got some type of mental imbalance or whatever, which is another reason why I'm like being lenient. But hold on. I told him he meant me harm. He didn't try to break in the front. He know, because all of the houses are pretty much made the same. He know where my bedroom window is. He knew what he was doing. You know what I'm saying? And then that's another thing. I have a motion light right there. So if you're not moving, the light doesn't come on. It only comes on when you move. And so when he first came there, I'm sure the light was on. But when he was moving the thing, the light wasn't on because he wasn't moving. He was moving the trying to screen. He was trying to get the screen open. And before I even got up and looked up, when I first woke up, I was like, what is that? Because I was hearing it. The first thing I did was look under the blinds. I looked at the floor to see if the light was on. And I didn't see the light on. But when I went there, and he was like literally right there, y'all. When I looked out the window, he was literally right there. I scared the freak out of him, because I was like, bam. When I tell y'all I hit that thing so hard with that gun, I'm surprised that the glass didn't break. And I scared him, and he took off running. But he looked up when I hit it, because it just started him, and he took off. And then of course that's when the motion light came on. So I told his dad all of that, and I said I felt like he meant me harm, because he trying to break in to my bedroom. I don't feel like he was trying to steal something. He meant me harm, because if you're trying to steal something, you gonna break in on one of the other windows. I got other windows, other side windows or whatever that he could have broke into that's not on the front of the house, right? So his dad was like stunned. And I said, yeah, ask him about the tickets he got. He said, why didn't anybody wake me up? I said, I told the police to tell you, but they said, he's an adult, and if he go to jail, he just go to jail or whatever. And you find out when you wake up. I told them to wake you up. I said, and then your son came outside. I said, the whole time the police was out here taking my report, and I was walking around the house showing them or whatever, where he was at or whatever. He was watching us the entire time, because when I tell you the popos came, they were like 5 cars deep, y'all. So me and 2 of the officers were still like on the side where he was trying to come in, but I can see it because they literally on the side of me. I can see their house or whatever, right? And 3 of the other 3 officers, they was walking up to the door. As they was walking up to the door, when I tell y'all this boy hurry up and open up the door, and me and the other 2 officers, we heard the door open, and we see that they haven't made it to the door yet. All 3 of us did a about face, and we walked up there so we could see. And he came outside and he closed the door. And that's what I told him. I said, he don't want his dad to know. I said, but his dad needs to know. And I explained to them why I hadn't told his dad yet, because I know it would be my word against his or whatever. So the police was like, like, yeah, you need to put those cameras up like now. I was like, I do. I said I ordered them, but I was procrastinating about putting them up because I think I had went to Mexico for like 3 weeks, and then I came back. So I didn't even think to put them up or whatever, because when I was on vacation, I'd be vacationing. But anyway, so I told his dad all of that or whatever. And he was like, what? I said, yes. I said, so I just want to give you a fair warning. I said, even though the police gave him a warning, I said, I feel like it would be doing better with you knowing or whatever. And he was like, I am so sorry. When I tell y'all, this man was his spirit. It's like his whole heart was just like broken, like he couldn't believe it like that. And he looked back at his son. He said, where are the tickets? His son went in the house and got that ticket. That man looked like he was about to crumble, because I don't think he thought I was lying, but he wanted me to be lying. And when his son went in there and got that stuff, he was like, I am so sorry. He was like, this will never. He had already apologized first and foremost, but once he brought it out, he was like, I will handle him. He was like, this would never happen again. And I ain't had no problems ever since or whatever. I don't say nothing to him. I don't say no. I don't even speak to the daddy no more, because I'm just like, And then my neighbor that was helping me put the stuff in mind, I told y'all he white too, and he's a veteran or whatever. He like, he straight up told that man, he said, I'll whoop your son. It's like that. He did. He straight up told him that. And so they wasn't cool no more either, because my neighbor he didn't appreciate that or whatever about that, the boy trying to break in my house. And he told the man daddy, the boy daddy, he told the boy daddy, I don't care about him having no problem. I don't care that he young. He said, she being too nice because I'm not being nice like that. And he said, and I'm going to be watching. Not only do she got cameras, me and my wife, we're going to be watching from across the street. And he said, and I'm telling you, I hurt your son. He said, you better keep your son in check. When I tell you he checked him, I was being nice to the man, because I know, like they said, the backstory, and I'm sure my neighbor know too, because he been staying over. They both was staying over here before I was staying over here. I've been staying over here for 10 years, but they both were staying over here before I came. But anyway, so that's what happened. How did I get into all of that, child? I don't even know. But, I think because of the camera stuff. I think because I don't know. Whatever this... Oh no, y'all, I'm the forgetter machine. But that's a good story time for y'all. I know y'all like, ooh, damn. Yeah, it really happened, y'all. It went down. And I ain't had no problems ever since. But baby, his dad know that if your son ever come over, even if he step foot in my property, he gonna get pow like that, baby. And I told y'all, it's been 3 years ago. I ain't had no problems ever since. Like, now I do have other people that be cutting through my yard and stuff. I don't like that, but I got signs up, no trespassing. They stop it, whatever. But anywho, so back to the skit, y'all. I think, did I finish the story? I did tell y'all. So yeah, his dad know he got no trespassing. He can't come over here. But I forgot what was going on in the skit to make me tell y'all about this. But anyway, so Amber sitting on the couch asleep. Normally when I give y'all a story time, I remember why and the point of it all. So y'all forgive me, child. I'm old. Charge it to my mind. I'm a hard honey. But anyway, Anthony coming there being a stalk. Oh, that's why I had told y'all that, because of the alarm had went off and it said front door, and I was telling y'all that I hear everything, and I was telling y'all just like the smallest thing of him struggling trying to open my sliding door, that I can hear that. Okay, I remember now. Okay, all right. See, I get back on track. But anyway, so Amber didn't hear it. You know what I'm saying? She's sound asleep, and that's not good. You need to hear stuff like that, because it could be somebody that's meaning you no harm, like in my situation that I just described to y'all. I told y'all I done been through some stuff, y'all. But anyway, so she's still there asleep. And then he come in there, and then he see her over there asleep. So he started tiptoeing or whatever, trying not to wake her up just yet. You know what I'm saying? Then he come over there, look at him smiling like he's such a whole stalker. Like, I can't stand him. That's not cute. That's stalkerish. He think it's cute because he want to get his wife back, and he say he in love, but child, I don't believe it. So he just standing there staring at her while she sleep like that. Like, Anthony, don't do that. You seem weird, real strange and real weird, right? Okay, and look at him, y'all. Somebody come look at this. Look how he's smiling, looking at Amber. And Amber's so beautiful, y'all. Somebody said, take that helmet off Amber hair. I like that hairstyle on her like that. That's cute. Even though that's not her hair, because we seen her hair shorter than that. And her hair is a different color, and it curls like when it laid down, it curls differently. So we know that's a wig, but somebody called it a helmet. But I think it's pretty. It don't look like a helmet to me. But anyway, so then he started rattling his keys. So now he want her to wake up and see him staring at her. And then she like, what? Like she was shook. She was like, Anthony, boy, why are you here? What are you doing there? She was like, your mail is in the drawer or whatever. And then he was like, Amber, I want to take you on a date. And she was like, you want to do what? He said, can I take you on a date? He said, I know we done talked about the bad times and all of the stuff that happened or whatever, but I want to take you on a date. I want us to remember the good time. We had a lot of good times. It wasn't all bad time. And he was like, I just want us to remember and, try to rekindle some of that. And she said, Anthony, no. She was like, no. Like, she was like, She said, for one, I don't even believe you. And even if you was telling the truth, about loving me and in love with me, she was like, I don't care. I don't believe it like that. She was like, no, absolutely not. And he just, he being persistent. She told him no. And then that's when she told him, your mail is in the drawer. So in other words, get your mail and TYBA. Tear your black behind, okay? And get the hell on and get the stepping, okay? I know that's right. Get the stepping, Atlanta. All right, y'all, the next video. I ain't going to put up another avatar. The next video finna be when Anthony and Shayla share some confusing energy. I probably need to split those up since I gave y'all this long story time. This finna be about an hour-long video. Child, I hope y'all watch this full video. If not, pause it and come back. Well, no, I think I'm going to leave it. I'm going to end it right here. I'm going to end it with this one. And then I'll do another video with the two videos with Anthony and Shayla. The reason I was putting all of them together is so I can, hurry up and get caught up or whatever. But I'm almost caught up on them or whatever. And I gave y'all that long story time that I wasn't intending on giving. But I told y'all, you never know. Once I watch the video and we start watching stuff and they make me think about stuff, then I give y'all story time. So yeah, we're going to end this one here. We're going to end it on this note. And then I'm going to do another video right after this that's going to be uploaded. So after this, y'all be looking for the next video. I'm going to try to give it at least 30 minutes after this one posts. Before I post it, well, I don't know. I might just go on and post them back to back. Y'all watch them. I just don't want y'all to miss it if the notification may just send y'all one and not two when they too close together. So, I don't know. I think I will wait the 30 minutes. Anyway, y'all, thank y'all for tuning in. Tell me what y'all think about these skits right here. This one here, where Anthony comes in, asking Amber on a date. The one where they was on the phone, he telling her he love her. And then when this ninja told Shayla that she pure, like, girl, I know you effing lying. I know you effing lying, Atlanta. I know you effing lying. And when he kissed Shayla. So tell me what y'all think. Leave y'all comments down below. Like the video. Share the video. If you are not subscribed to the channel, what are you waiting for? I told y'all it is fun over here. We get a key. Y'all get to get in my business sometime because I be blah, 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 blah with the story time. But it's cool though. It's cool. Leave y'all comments down below. Like the video. Share the video. If you haven't subscribed, again, click that subscribe button. Click that bell notification for all so that you never miss an upload. And as we say before we go, love, peace, and hair grease. Smooches. Bye. Happy Friday. Have a wonderfully blessed day, you guys. Bye.